So you're in love with the home. Great. What would you like to offer? Listing price? Awesome. Sign this 12-page document and we're all set. Thank you. I'm just kidding, guys. That's not how you make an offer. Welcome to another one of my videos. My name is Kong Meng Lee. I'm a real estate agent with Partners Realty and I sell life insurance. Today, I want to talk to you guys about making an offer. So we just saw the house of your dreams and you're in love with it. You want to make an offer. What is the first thing that we do? So first thing that I usually do is go over the seller's disclosure. Right? Read it over, make sure everything is okay. The last thing you want to do is skip it and then at the closing table find out that, hey, the house has termites. All right, that would suck. So go over the seller's disclosure, find out if there's anything wrong with the property, anything that needs to be fixed, anything that should be fixed or is willing to be negotiated upon, and then go from there. After you're done with the seller's disclosure, what I would do is I would call the listing agent. Say, hey, I have a buyer. We love the property. We want to make an offer. Do you guys have any offers in place, right? Or, hey, something on the seller disclosure says that the door is coming off the hinges. Are sellers willing to do anything about that? Or, hey, when was the last time you guys blew out the sprinkler system, right? So all that stuff is very important. And while you have the seller's agent on the phone, you may as well ask, what is the seller looking for? What are the terms that they're looking for? When do they want to close? Now, once we're clear with all the questions you have for the seller and we understand their terms, we are going to work our offer around their terms. So the first thing we're going to go over is the earnest money. How much are you willing to put down to hold this offer legally binding? Most of the time, I recommend 1% of the offer price. This just shows that we are a very serious buyer. Next on the list is fixtures, right? Anything that's attached to the property will come along with the property. But then we have to talk about appliances because most of the appliances are just set in place. So we'll ask for the refrigerator, the stove, the microwave, dishwasher, and all the laundry machines. Now we can talk about the purchase price. How much are you willing to offer? And we have to think, hey, how long has the property been on the market? What did the listing agents say when we called them earlier? Do they have multiple offers or are they getting offers coming in or are they super busy or has it been on the market for a month now? And all that plays a major role in making an offer. So if it's just hit the market, it looks super busy, we might want to offer higher than the listing price. But if it's been on the market for quite a long time, we might get away with asking for a lower price. Once we get the purchase price down, then we will talk about closing date. How far out can we close on this deal? Most of the time, your lender will require between 30 to 45 days, maybe even 60 days if you have some type of down payment assistance program. Then we'll talk about, hey, what type of financing do you have? Conventional, FHA, private lending, DVA. After we talk about the financing contingency, then we're going to talk about seller's contribution. Seller's contribution now asks the seller, hey, are you willing to pay this much for my buyer's closing costs? And closing costs can be anything from lending fee, title work, and commissions. Next, we talk about inspection. Are you going to be doing inspection on the property? And if you are you going to make the offer contingent upon the inspection? So being contingent upon inspection means that if you find anything wrong with the property, you can come back and negotiate with the seller. And if you guys can't get anything negotiated, then you can back out and get your earnest money back. If you're doing non-contingent on inspection, then that basically means whatever you find, you'll fix it yourself later on as you close. Now we go on and talk about if the buyer has a home that they have to sell in order to buy this home. Most of the time, first-time home buyer, they won't. Yeah, it's going to be their first home. But some buyers do have to sell their home first in order to buy another home, whether they're upgrading or downgrading. Then we're going to talk about taxes and assessments. How are we going to pay for these? Most of the time, buyers and sellers just prorate taxes. A lot of the unpaid assessment and taxes, we will ask the seller to pay for them. And then they will ask, hey, does the buyer have any offers that they need to cancel on first before they lock into this one? Because legally, you can only be locked into one offer at a time. Next, we're going to talk about the type of deed. What type of deed is going to be transferred at closing? Most of the time, you're going to ask for a warranty deed. The warranty deed just makes sure that the deed is free and clear before it transfers over. So once the new owner owns it, it's just going to be their name and the mortgage on there. Now we get to possessions. When can the buyers move in, right? So I like to check the box that says immediately after closing. We really don't want to deal with having tenants after closing. That has a lot of liability involved. And then it talks about the seller disclosure. See if we read the seller disclosure and if we signed off on it or not. After that, it talks about water and sewage. So does it have a well or is it public water coming from the city? Does it have a sewage system from the city or does it have a septic system? And then it goes on to mention the home warranty protection plan. Home warranty protection plan goes anywhere from 1 to 3 years. It costs anywhere from $500 to $800. Different plans have different type of protection, so you will want to look into it. Next is dual agency. So dual agency basically mean, hey, are both sides of the agent working for the same brokerage? Right? So does the buyer's agent and the seller's agent, do they work for the same company? That's dual agency. And then we get to addendums. Are there any other addendums that we need to add to this purchase agreement? A lot of times we might be asking for personal properties, maybe a playground in the back, pool in the back. It depends on what they have. So all of that will be added to the purchase agreement. Lastly, we have the signing. I have my buyer sign it first, send it to the listing agent. They'll have the seller sign it and then send me back a copy. And with the fully executed purchase agreement, then we could pass it on to title and to lending so that they can get started on the file. Once signing is all done and everybody has a copy, then we work on sending over the earnest money deposit and then scheduling the inspection if there is any. After inspection and negotiation, we wait for the appraisal. Once the appraisal is ordered, that goes through underwriting, and then we get the clear to close. Once we get the clear to close, we go to the title company and we sign all the paperwork there, wire the money in, and then we get the keys. The house is now yours. You are now the new homeowner. Congratulations. And that's the rundown of how to make an offer on the property. Hopefully everything runs smoothly. We get the keys and become new homeowner. Please feel free to leave a comment or question below. I'll do my best to get to them. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.